I want to remind you that following this atrocious attack by Hamas, our cabinet said very clearly that we want to degrade completely the military capabilities of Hamas. We want to bring back our hostages, and we want to make sure that Hamas won't be able to launch such an attack again in the future. So we have been able to degrade substantially the capabilities of Hamas because we have destroyed multiple factories and stockpiles of missiles. These missiles are no longer a threat towards Israel. We've been able to dismantle regiments and battalions of Hamas terrorists. We have neutralized hundreds of kilometers of tunnels, and we brought back about 150 out of the 250 hostages that were taken by Hamas. So we are now in a tough point in which Hamas refuses to a deal that was offered by the United States and was approved by the UN Security Council, that was confirmed by the spokesperson of the White House. And they are refusing because they want to have the cake and eat it too. They want to keep the hostages. They want to remain in power in the Gaza Strip and be able to attack Israel. Again, we won't allow it. So we have to be persistent on our goals. Now, regarding the north, as you probably know, there was an unprovoked attack against Israel from Hezbollah on the 8th of October. And frankly, you know, our army wasn't big enough to deal with both threats simultaneously. And that's why we had to sustain our position in the north with limited retaliation until we had the energy and the capability to have put an effort, a serious effort that we are doing right now, not only to hurt the capabilities of Hezbollah to attack us, but mainly to implement UN Security Council Resolution 1701 that states very clearly that Hezbollah forces cannot be positioned on our border. They have to withdraw at least to the Litani River, which is a few kilometers to the north. So Hezbollah has been cheating throughout the years. They have been building this tremendous capability that has been supplied by the theocratic radical regime of Iran. And we are making it very clear that we want to bring our citizens back home to the north. Right. We have evacuated about 70,000 people. They deserve to go back to their homes, and we are not going to allow them to go back unless Hezbollah is out of the border.
Ambassador, does Israel essentially believe that they have been able to neutralize Hamas, perhaps in a way that they would not be in a position to carry out any attacks, similar to what we saw on 7th of October?
Well, right now this is indeed the situation. But Shavan, what we have to make sure is that Hamas cannot regroup and rearm again. And that's why we have to maintain our presence in the Philadelphia corridor. That's the border between Gaza and the Sinai, so contraband of weapons cannot renew. We have to make sure that Hamas won't be able to rebuild all these weapons factories and get all these supplies that they used to get in the past. So yes, we have done, I think, a very good job, but this is not the end of the story. We have to have our hostages back home.